Africa TV, Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Super Tournament.
We're back. I cannot stop thinking about, I'm like dying in this, I'm like, we're back. I cannot stop thinking about that last game. What a treat. And SOS moves on. It's sad to see TY eliminated, but this is a tournament. We do have to have losers. And I don't think we could have asked for a better game. It's going to be hard to top, but maybe we will top it here now with INnoVation versus SpeCial.
Yeah, this should be a pretty good match, I think. SpeCial is in better shape right now than he was last GSL season. Last season, he kind of had like one rough match in Code A, right, and fell out. Wasn't looking super hot as far as his play. I mean, as a person, absolutely. But here against INnoVation, I think it could go either way. I think you might have to give INnoVation a little bit of an edge. He's been in pretty decent shape lately.
Yeah, that's true. INnoVation's looking very strong. SpeCial, honestly, man, he's looking better than ever.
Oh, I know.
He's just looking so good, man. It's crazy to see how he was a couple years ago and how he is now, man. We got the chance to chat with him for a little bit there.
Yep.
Look,
he's feeling pretty good. He knows he's in better shape now.
He's basically said to us, like, yeah, I think I can beat INnoVation. I mean, I know he's good, but I'm feeling like I'm in pretty good condition, and let's see what happens.
All right, Romanticide, Lightshade, 2,000 Atmospheres, Oxide, and Nautilus if we get so far. What's your prediction here, Tasteless?
It's hard to say. I mean, honestly, I think could go either way. I think INnoVation, if I had to pick one, probably him, but I think this is going to go to Game 5. I think it's going to be a long series.
I think it can go to Game 5. I do think so. Yeah, let's see what it's going to look like. Nice little TBT to end of the night.
Yeah, I love a good TBT, man. INnoVation versus SpeCial here. A lot on the line here. Because the winner goes up against SOS. That's what I was
No. They're on the other side of the bracket.
Oh, what am I saying? Yeah. All right, but maybe if they win the whole thing, they go up against SOS.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that. Almost forgot about that. They had to move the brackets around here.
KaiZ Gaming, INnoVation.
Game paused.
All right, we're going to go ahead and start this out with a pause.
Yep. Wonder what the issue is. Looks like SpeCial paused the game. We have the staff scrambling to get over there. We'll see what the issue is. Usually this stuff is resolved and we just pick right back up.
I'm sure we'll figure that out pretty quickly here.
Seeing these two guys go up against each other, it's kind of funny. I mean, SpeCial's always had kind of this workhorse attitude of StarCraft, really grinding out a lot. And now that I think about it, and I guess we don't get to cast these guys play against each other a lot, but it's sort of INnoVation, kind of the Korean version of SpeCial in a lot of ways. I mean, just grinds out a lot of games.
Yeah.
Tends to not do too many insane plays, kind of looks for the optimal way to play. It does have a variety of different builds. I think SpeCial a little bit more than INnoVation, but overall just kind of two players actually with a kind of a similar training regimen, you know, in history of just kind of really every day putting the hours in.
Kind of funny is when you get real workhorse Terrans, they generally just copy INnoVation.
Yeah.
But because SpeCial is actually quite close friends with TY, I think TY... Oh, his mouse sensitivity problem with SpeCial. But anyways, because he's such close friends with TY, I think that's had a really positive impact.
I agree.
On his play, because you're right, he is a workhorse. He always has been a workhorse that just copies Koreans, and that generally makes macro players that just play like very straightforward macro plays. But yeah, I think that friendship, that kind of mentorship from TY has helped SpeCial to have a wider range to his play than he might have otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, wow. INnoVation is 6-0 over SpeCial.
Damn.
First of all, I didn't know it was going to be that one-sided. Second of all, I didn't realize they had faced off that few times before. That's funny. Because when I was thinking about how they are kind of similar to each other, I thought, when is the last time I've even casted these guys fight?
They were in a GSL group together once, if I'm remembering correctly. It was like a really tough group that SpeCial got into. And I'm trying to remember, other than that, and nothing's really coming to mind, but I mean, they go to a lot of the same like, you know, they'll both always be in Katowice and stuff like that, so not sure exactly where they've met, but SpeCial's in pretty good form, and I don't think he lets something like INnoVation being 6-0 against him get in the way of how he's going to play.
No, I don't think so at all.
I don't think he's going to have like a mental
I don't think
destruction. No, his mental won't be destroyed here.
His mentality will not be exploded, as they say.
Yeah.
I think the truth about SpeCial is I don't think he has a lot of hurdles to overcome psychologically. You know, some players, they seem to have issues with confidence or issues with anxiety, or they simply can't perform like they do on stage. SpeCial's really, and this is also where he's kind of similar to TY in that he's basically been playing for his entire adolescent into adult life.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when we first met SpeCial, we were in, I believe it was Chengdu.
Yeah.
In China. Well, I first met him, I should say. I don't know if you met him in person before that. No, that was your first time meeting him.
That was
there
the first
too.
time meeting him in person.
Because there's no way that we would ever be meeting Mexican players as American players because we don't have the same qualifiers. So, yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, but I remember meeting him and being like...
2009.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, you'll hear somebody's age and think they're really young, but you kind of forget about it, especially back then when most of the tournaments were online for Brood War. But I remember when we met him in China, and I'm like, oh my God, he's a little kid. Like, he's a little kid. And,
yeah. Actually, how old is he exactly?
I mean, I can check on my phone. I actually don't know.
Because I forget exactly what year, but he was one of the, like, I used to always take, like, young up-and-coming Terran players kind of into my little fold of nerds. And he was someone that I have known for so long at this point. And, like, even when he was a little kid, here, I'm going to look up his exact age. Okay, so he's
27.
27. Yeah, he had to be about 12-ish. 12 to 13-ish when I started playing with him. And he was such a talent and, like, worked so hard back then and came up so quickly within the non-Korean Brood War scene. But, it's great to see him really evolve over time. And like you said, I don't think he has really mental hurdles to overcome. He doesn't seem like a player that's... He takes everything pretty well in stride and just continues to work hard. This is a very long-term thing for him. He loves StarCraft.
It's
like what else would he even do?
Yeah, it's if you meet somebody who's been in acting for their entire youth and they do it in their adult life, it's like, well, do you get nervous speaking in front of audiences? It's like, no, because this is all they know. Yeah. You know, this is not weird to them at all. In fact, this is probably where they're most comfortable. Same thing for SpeCial here. In this game, we've got a drop here from INnoVation. SpeCial pulls away. And pretty good control here by INnoVation so far. Not overextending, not doing a lot of damage, but better to get in and out.
Put some serious damage onto that medevac, but it does boost out of there. Pretty even where we're at right now, both sides. Grabbing some more Ravens. INnoVation sneaking a mine around. See where he throws that down.
Yeah, I don't see anybody signaling that they want to take a third just yet. SpeCial's finished his. I don't know if he's going to land it, though. It's not exactly clear, you know, what INnoVation's intentions are.
And ooh, that mine, that's cute.
Good idea to put that in that bush. So Stim's on the way now. The third command center is started. It's a little bit later. Again, I don't know if SpeCial wants to land just yet. I think if he does land, that might be what triggers INnoVation to come out and do an attack.
Stim on the way right now for INnoVation here. SpeCial running around with a few Reapers. Still just making tank Raven. I guess we technically don't know from SpeCial yet that he's going to go bio. I kind of assume that he's going to. But he took 4 gases, so we might actually see him go mech.
Hey, he could do it.
Yeah, there it is.
There's a second factory.
Yeah.
Now, if he's going to go mech, this means there's going to be a little bit of time And that's Scan, right? That's the factory up there.
Perfect.
So this
Perfect
is about
scan
as
timing.
good of a scout. Now, I don't know if there's a window where maybe INnoVation can attack or if INnoVation just wants to expand yet again. But whatever that play is, the moment you see them start mech, INnoVation's going to show it now because that scout could literally not have been better.
Yeah, it really could not have been. And honestly, there's like a lot of different ways that you can play Bio against mech. You can either semi-match siege tanks and utilize your Marine Marauder line with that so that they can't really break your siege line, because if they try to, you stim forward with your Marine Marauder. You can go just mass Marine Marauder medevac and try to outmaneuver on the map. And you can also do like a more leapfrogging move. Oh, that's an awesome move from SpeCial. Look at that. Awesome auto turrets. But you can do like a leapfrog as far as tech goes, where you go from Bio directly into Sky Terran. Right? You gain the Viking control, and then you go into BCs. And I think all of those are really valid in different ways.
Little drop comes in here from INnoVation. Does get some kills.
Ooh.
A little bit of a back and forth.
Ooh, that Hellion did really well.
Yeah, at the very end, yeah, he really pulled through.
Yeah. Pretty even, though. Pretty even. And obviously from SpeCial's side, you know, he's going to be looking to be very cost efficient. So little bits of damage like that are not that painful for him, I would say.
We've got +1 attack and +1 armor coming here for INnoVation's infantry, but you know, the two armories are coming here for SpeCial, but one feature of Bio versus mech is that your mech upgrades kick in a little bit later. And so I think we might actually have a pretty stagnant game here for a little bit. I don't know that anybody wants to do anything too radical.
Yeah, I don't think that we will see any action for a little bit. We see that INnoVation has actually made a good amount of Ravens and Vikings. So he's going to have a little bit to battle the air dominance of SpeCial.
Good kill there.
Yeah, very good usage of those Reapers right now.
Yeah, a lot of times the air dominance is like the next step after, you know, you have this escalation of Bio then mech. So I think getting out ahead of this is a good idea here for INnoVation.
Yeah, I wonder, because he's making some more medevacs, which is totally fine. Like, you do want to have some amount of medevacs. Sometimes people make a lot, like 8 medevacs against mech. I generally don't see... I don't think that that's all that great, but you definitely want like 4, right? But after that, I would actually like to see him get back into his Viking production, because if... Yeah, and there it is. Look at that. He goes 4 medevacs into Vikings again. I'd love to see that from INnoVation. That makes a lot of sense, because then you have enough medevacs that your bio is still very worthwhile. But if you stop your air production, then SpeCial will get past it, and all of your... There's nothing worse than having a few less Vikings than your opponent. It's better to have none than having a few less, because then you just get dominated and your units do nothing. It's better to spend that money elsewhere. So it's important to keep that production up.
Funny moment here where it's actually SpeCial taking the 4th base before INnoVation, which I feel like couldn't be right given their tech setups, but INnoVation's going to come out here and try to contest it, and it's getting pushed away. And I mean, if SpeCial can mech and take a 4th base faster than INnoVation, I feel like that's going to be a real burden on INnoVation a little bit later on.
Well, INnoVation, honestly, like, he technically has the bio forces, but honestly, what has he been making? He's made a good amount of siege tanks and a lot of flying units, so he's not very heavy on bio at all. Like, he's adding barracks, and I think he's going to, like, explode into bio and try to maybe do, like, a tempo victory where he wins a very important battle and then just floods.
Yeah, that could be it.
But yeah, for this early part of the game so far, he didn't, like, he was not spending a ton of money on the bio, right? So doesn't really have the opportunity, I guess, to attack. Now 2 more starports coming up for INnoVation. So yeah, he's chilling on the tanks he already has and jumping up into that Sky Terran, which is, like, that is the end game a lot of the time in this situation.
The move out from SpeCial through the middle of the map is a threat, but, you know, infantry with the medevacs are very nimble, and so this counterattack is going to hit around the time when the push was supposed to come in.
Look at this. Lifts up the command center, runs the SCVs away. Going to take some damage everywhere. But, yeah, it's not that big a deal. Get off some of these medevacs. Really nice. Honestly, killing anything that flies is pretty worthwhile. So that's a starport time that he's going to have to retake.
So he defends that. He drives it away. There is a just insane amount of tanks here for SpeCial. And so if he can get into a position where he can start to dish out damage, start to push, start to really do a good job, that's going to be big. But for now, you kind of got to respect the mobility that Bio offers. It's why a lot of players will just kind of default into this tech so often, is that they can play the positional game, which is really, I think, so much a part of StarCraft 2.
It really is. That's kind of like one of the big things is like identifying where your opponent's army is and where your army should be.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what that entire last game was that we casted.
Very much so.
So SpeCial now going to come around again. We do have at 12 o'clock this tiny little squadron that could take a fight over here. A pretty good scan. This is an overstep here from INnoVation for sure. Yeah, the 12 o'clock counterattack force never did anything. SpeCial expands again. The problem I think that INnoVation's going to have is that, you know, if you just have more siege tanks by a lot, you can basically just like just slowly push through over time.
Oh my God, I think INnoVation like might wipe out the air, but his ground army has no chance.
His ground army stands literally no chance. We see another auto turret here. I think it's all been used up. Okay, so SpeCial wins both fights.
Ooh,
and,
that's painful.
You can't really lose both fights and expect to win a game. And the tanks have really gone untouched. It's 3 tanks up here for INnoVation versus, I don't even know how many tanks are down here right now. It's enough that I'm not going to bother counting them. And you can try to drop on here, but when you have that many tanks, you could basically unsiege the other tanks and treat them like they're Marines.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, SpeCial making a lot of Cyclones and Hellions to kind of get up here and give some support. A little bit more battle mech.
Yeah, pretty good push in here.
And INnoVation, who does have that sky advantage, is making a couple Liberators. So that's probably going to be his smartest way to try to push those tanks back from his third base. I think that's a really smart move. But 2 more Vikings come up. Some damage onto these Ravens. And we have 3 starports for INnoVation. Oh, he's making 2 Ravens at a time. That's interesting. I thought that he might want to go double reactor.
I am starting to think that there's no way INnoVation can come back from this. I know that he has a lot of supply here, but he's going to leave some of these tanks here. He might want to leave a little bit of additional forces there to prevent drops. But, I mean, if SpeCial pushes out again, I don't see what INnoVation does. I'm not used to seeing mech dominate on ground and air like this. Seems like INnoVation saw what was coming, thought he had the answer, and clearly did not.
Yeah, pushing him back now with these Liberators, but a million siege tanks go over to his 4th. That is not going to last long.
No. And with the Cyclones, he can drive away the Raven. Another Raven goes down.
God, the damage output here.
This is just insane.
It's pretty crazy.
This is not like a normal TVT at all. Infantry 3-3 is done, but do you see infantry? Because I don't. Oh, here they come. There's as many Marines and Marauders as there are tanks.
Oh, he actually disables the ones in the back.
That's
Let's see if that's going to help him in this fight. Lands the Vikings as well.
Yeah, that was actually
and he is going to kill the whole army.
I was being critical. I was wrong. Did a very good job handling that. But I do worry that SpeCial is way too far ahead. He's got way more map presence. He's got the production. He's got the output.
Well, this is the moment where I think INnoVation needs to get over there and see if he can hit some of these bases that are far apart from each other. Get that punish down, right? He cleared the tanks, so you do have to have some time to remake those.
I mean, SpeCial's remade this. You know, sometimes you get an angle, and I think we saw it illustrated very nicely back there, where you can disable enough tanks and hit at the right sides, but that was a lot of mana on those Ravens, and I mean, again, SpeCial with the economic advantage here just kind of remakes the army again and attacks in, and all he needs to do is start to get in range of that command center.
Yeah, he's taking a slightly more defensive area here. It's going to be harder to stim and get on top of this stuff, especially with those tanky units like Hellbats in front.
More Vikings are coming into the mix. Floating a barracks over here.
Yeah, I can really kind of push the Ravens back a bit better with this. All right, coming forward. Taking some damage onto his Vikings, so might not end up winning that air battle, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not quite able to get the angle he wants. It seems like INnoVation just barely has enough to kind of keep him respecting the distance here. I wouldn't mind seeing the Siege Tanks unsiege and scoot up again, but then again, those are the moments where you do see the other Terran stim and dive in and sometimes completely win a one-sided fight.
Yeah, he's being pretty darn careful with this push. He knows if you go in front of there, the arc is insane from the Marine Marauder. And look at this, INnoVation's going to push into it. I don't think this is, well, with that many disables, doesn't matter what I think.
Well, hold on a second. These rocks are proving to be a bit more of a headache than we thought. Keep in mind this disable's going to wear off, which means the fight can continue on. And an overextension, ultimately, is the only thing I can say about that attack. He's going to unsiege, he's going to move in to range, and he's going to start chipping away at the command center that's over here. In fact, I don't even know if he, okay, he will siege up. I thought he might just keep it on siege for a second. SpeCial's going to win this game. I don't see any outs here for INnoVation. This base is lost, but the problem is the base north of this is also completely undefended. A planetary means nothing against siege tanks when you have enough of them.
Yeah, that is for sure. Cyclone's even locking on here out of range. He's going to repair and try to keep it up for a little bit. SpeCial adding some Thors in now as well, but a dive bomb onto the siege tanks with the bio, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to get cleaned up. I think we're going to see GG.
Damn, SpeCial.
Yeah, taking down game number 1 here against INnoVation.
SpeCial kind of changing the way that I think we can look at TVT a little bit there. The fact that he mech'd that hard, expanded ahead of the bio player, and then won the air fight. It's like, I thought there was some disadvantages about this composition. Apparently not.
I think he read it pretty well. If we had seen non-stop bio production, then I think that INnoVation can stop that 4th base from going up so quickly. But when you're buying that many Ravens, that many Vikings, you're not actually producing that much bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like SpeCial read the situation and was able to put that command center down quicker. That's a very hard thing to read and to be able to play upon, but very well done.
So Light Shade is where it goes to map number 2. Again, SpeCial really playing impressively. INnoVation was undefeated against SpeCial here in our GSL matches, but that's all changed now. We got to see, though, if SpeCial can keep this going.
All right, let's go. Map number 2.
Game starts. KaiZ Gaming, INnoVation. Team Exxon, SpeCial.
Okay. Game 2 has started up. You know, the real takeaway from the last game was, you know, how different the comps were back there, how passive they were at the start, but then you saw SpeCial just kind of force his way ahead, shoo away the counterattack, which, you know, was really what most bio players rely on to have you know, opportunity against a meching player, but he kind of just brushed it off and then set up and just smashed the southern base. Unsieged, relocated, started hitting different areas, and I mean, INnoVation kind of fell apart. I do feel like it was a pretty poor performance from INnoVation in general.
A little bit. I do agree. It felt like he didn't have the full plan. Like the plan seemed to be Sky Terran. He had some siege tanks up that kind of stalled out SpeCial, but he wasn't really doing counterattacks while SpeCial was attacking or anything like that. We didn't see him try to get any powerful drops off, which I think is actually an okay thing to not do, because that's very kind of luck-based. You know, you're really hoping that your opponent has misstepped with how they're defending. But even the way he went air, right? Like, he barely stayed ahead in Vikings. He was like 1 Viking up. Ended up losing the battle there, unfortunately. And we didn't see, like, for instance, if he's a couple Vikings up, 3 Vikings up, 4 Vikings up, and then gets a couple Liberators, and suddenly the 3rd base doesn't go down. He's clearing everything more easily.
Yeah.
But it was kind of middle of the road on everything a little bit. The thing is, it's hard to, I think, to even get practice against mech of that level, right? I guess Gumiho is out of the military. I don't know, is he practicing with Gumiho, right? And other than that, who goes mech that well? It's like SpeCial goes mech well, TY goes mech well. Maru does, but he never really goes mech.
Yeah, when he does it, he looks really good, but it's not
Yeah.
something we anticipate.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't do it that often.
And it's not even whether or not mech is usable or not. It is. It's just that it's a style that you're right with Gumiho gone. And Gumiho is the guy that seemed to know all the different types of mech plays.
Well, Gumi is back now.
That's true, but he's been gone for a while.
Yeah. And I'm not sure exactly what shape he's in. And another thing about mech, with bio, you have a pretty decent idea of how your opponent's going to play. Mech is more stylistic. We see a much wider range of the actual unit counts, like how many tanks you want versus Cyclone Hellion, you know, like how much air that we actually want, like Viking Raven, that type of thing. How you move your army around. It's just something that's harder to prepare for, I believe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, I mean, do you think we're going to have Special consistently go mech throughout this best of 5, or is this something he brings out and then he says, okay, I'm glad I won with that. Now let me show you what I've really got.
Yeah, I would actually like to see more mech from him, especially after that game. Even if that's not his plan, I would like to see it, because I agree with you that I think INnoVation did not play particularly well against that.
Yeah.
So I feel like Special's good enough with it. You could probably do it on any map, but no, I think we'll see some varying strategies. I think probably when he prepped coming into today, maybe there was like 2 maps he's considering mech on.
Okay.
There's not many players that just go mech every game. Even in a best 5, Gumiho would mix in a bio game, you know?
That is true.
It's funny because he's the exact opposite of most players.
We're like, whoa, Gumiho, you're making barracks. So he's going to be able to kill off that one Widow Mine. Now there's a drop coming here. INnoVation going to initiate right away, drawing the attention out here, but that's all a ruse because out by the CC, more infantry are going to be dropped in.
It's going to come up, but that does allow the rest of the army to do something here for INnoVation. Does he poke in? Yeah, there he is. Double Cyclone. Getting a little bit of damage. Ooh! And the redrop in the main. Oh my god, INnoVation picking him apart with this early aggression. That is a really good Cyclone skin.
Yeah. So killing 9 SCVs is actually a pretty big deal. Going to target in here again. Is this going to be able to take out the Cyclone? Giving a Cyclone a taste of its own medicine. How long range is that thing?
Pretty long range.
CC for Special almost done. Ravens continue to be manufactured. It is going to be the 3rd base up ahead here. Overall, I think things are looking pretty good for INnoVation. I don't think Special is in a bad spot, but I do think INnoVation kind of gets slightly further ahead here in this race of a mirror matchup.
Yeah, no, I like his position actually quite a bit more than Special's, but Special has some high-tech units here. Might be able to get something done. I could see him forcing a cancel, possibly. He's got auto turrets. Oh, he's going to just zoom on by to the main with these. Okay.
What's the plan here? Set up some auto turrets. Oh, I guess just go for this reactor. That's pretty cute.
That's
I've never really seen that move. I mean, we've seen that done to stop Stim, but
yeah.
What do you think about killing the reactor?
Reactor takes way longer than a tech lab to remake.
For sure.
So there's that. Maybe that reactor was about to be switched over onto something more important like a starport. So, like, it stifles him. I thought for sure he was going to go for the main and get SCVs, but
well, we're seeing it get remade now. Stim has just now started here. But we do have Special this time going for bio. So it's going to be a bio v bio fight.
Scan going down, checking out what is actually coming through the bushes. Looks like he's going to wait on one side in the other bush.
Here comes that push now. Good little catch here. Don't know if he can snipe anything off just yet. But keep in mind, those auto turrets were spent. There is energy for more auto turrets if need be. But really, this is going to be about Special trying to block this off. Basically deflect every move that INnoVation has as he comes out and tries to look for ground.
Yeah, and with his Ravens, as well as this many siege tanks, I don't think INnoVation can really get anything done. Just prodding the edges and turning around. And we should go on from here. Still does feel to me, though, like INnoVation has an edge. I guess right now, SpeCial has more Vikings, which is actually a very high-value thing to have more of
Yeah,
in the early game.
INnoVation's ahead, but I don't know that he's...
Ooh!
Oh, that is big!
That's
big
awesome.
catch there.
It really is.
I was going to say he's ahead, but it's not something that can't change in the blink of an eye, and that's what we just saw there. So good catch.
Yeah, that was actually huge right there, right? Because if you have more Vikings, it means your opponent probably has more medevacs. And if they can get those medevacs in, suddenly your Vikings feel very, very stupid. But
right.
Catching that off, beautifully done.
So they both continue to power up. I mean, you've got to be careful, especially 3-base versus 3-base TVT, not to jump the gun too early because you can end up just in a spot where you can't recover from. So, you know, we saw INnoVation come out there. Basically, he was setting up for the drop. He wants to have enough defense over there, but Juanito set up for the drop as well. Yep. And picked that off, and let's see. INnoVation now looking for another opportunity here. Good scout here by the Raven. We don't normally see lone Ravens kind of out on the map checking for stuff, but
it's a little bit weird, but maybe
guess
he was going up for harass, right? Go up and around.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But they're pretty fast, so gets out of there.
Nobody's taken a fourth yet, but that's coming in a little bit. For now, production's kicked in, and upgrades are coming here as well. INnoVation very good at the bio versus bio, both sides having tank game. One of the best there is.
Yeah, he's very good at maneuvering.
But SpeCial pretty tenacious as well.
And SpeCial does have a bit of an edge in the Air Force, right? Which is very, very important. Second factory is coming up now for INnoVation. Wants to really get ahead in that siege tank count.
The Viking count's so important because siege tanks can shoot further than they can see. You can rely on scans to help out with that, but...
Doesn't last forever, though.
No.
And you're losing out on mules and stuff.
-1 mule every time you've done it. A lot of lost opportunity for income here. It does seem like INnoVation's setting up for a squeeze here. He did have an army at the top and one at the bottom, but we don't see him getting too close or trying to really activate anything here on the map just yet.
Clearing out some rocks. We have the Vikings just preventing any drops. We have those sensor towers up. Quite a like back and forth game. You do see INnoVation kind of retaining map control through this, but look at that. That is...
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's going to get that last tank.
Really nice armor shred there. Well, this could be a big move, though, as well. SCV's coming out, so SpeCial going to take a ton of damage here, no doubt.
Oh, SpeCial's just going to go for it here.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is very good for SpeCial at all.
Well, he has a lot of tanks. He might be able to kill this base just like he's losing his own.
Oh, this is such a weird game. I don't know how to call this. Good shooting here from INnoVation. He's going to come in. I think SpeCial misstepped massively. And,
well, he lost a lot of his SCVs here. INnoVation not taking anywhere near as much damage.
He's going to get surrounded here. Okay, he's going to go even further. He's going to dive into the main.
Oh, my God. This might actually be an amazing move. With 3 Ravens with this much energy, he has some serious potential here. It's time to throw down some auto turrets.
Yeah, the auto turrets come down. I like the angle they're put at here. Really controlling that bottleneck that's created by the add-on.
Oh, but, God.
INnoVation's going to come in here and then hammer away at the natural.
Yeah, that is a scary one.
Position.
Oh, my God. The SCVs coming out to fight just get shredded in just a half second. Getting up his Marines, getting back. INnoVation just, his army a little bit too big here. Now diving on top of everything, but he does have his own Marines here to kill that off.
This is over.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that.
INnoVation fights back. And wins.
Yeah, INnoVation just kind of outmaneuvered him there. He had that second group down at the bottom, and even though SpeCial started to get a very good engagement on the main group, and chased it all the way home, INnoVation's secondary group came in immediately and super punished that additional base that only had 2 tanks at it.
You know, StarCraft 2 is the fastest RTS game ever to be made, and you got to make these split-second decisions, but honestly, he made a couple bad ones. I mean, he decided to try to go for a full-on counterattack. I think INnoVation probably caught off guard by that, but then handles it pretty well, holds it, and moves on. And now we're going to go to 2,000 atmospheres. Let's see who can win Game 3 and take the lead in our final best-of-5 of the night.
start. KaiZ Gaming, INnoVation.
That look.
Such a funny expression.
Team Exxon, SpeCial.
Okay, so as we start this off, let's keep in mind that INnoVation, he's gone bio with tank each time. We saw a pretty impressive showing with the mech into air dominance from SpeCial that just kind of smashed INnoVation back there. Now, he did lose with bio this time around, but it was kind of a weird game in game 2, right? It was a game where it seems like they both thought they had a better position than their opponents, and SpeCial was the one who was wrong.
What is this face that INnoVation is playing with right now? I've never seen him look like that during a game. This like reminds me of a face where you tell a kid to smile for a picture, and they're like, "No, your real smile, not that smile."
Yeah. Yeah, it's the smile but not showing the teeth, which is never the right smile. Yeah, I've never seen that expression on his face. That's funny.
Yeah, and I've watched INnoVation a lot over the past 10-ish years.
We have been following these guys for quite some time, Artosis.
Indeed. Well, we have a more tech-heavy opener here for INnoVation. A little bit quicker on the factory. See if he can get some of that early damage. Don't forget that that game did open with INnoVation getting quite a bit of early damage with the drop, with the flanking.
He took a few swipes at him and definitely succeeded.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that SpeCial was going to lose from there, but it did, I think, make SpeCial a little bit more desperate in what he's trying to get away with.
Rushing by the watchtower. Just sends that to the side. Ooh, is he going to go proxy starport? I think he might. That's what that looks like.
I think you're right, Artosis. This is kind of old, but I think it's still good.
Yeah, I wonder what the plan is. Is it Liberator or Banshee? I think it's going to be Liberator, but let's see where he places it.
If it's Banshee, it's like the old of the old.
Well, he places it somewhere where it can get a tech lab. And, he's going to reveal it. Yeah, he reveals it instantly. That's too bad for SpeCial.
Yeah, okay.
But it was like at the beginning of it being built, so it's not the end of the world. It slows his starport slightly, and it loses an SCV. So it's like, it's frustrating. He was going for a fast one there. Doesn't get it. Okay, build it at home. Not the end of the world. You find that right when it's about to finish, end of the world.
Yes. So here comes the small attack, and I don't know how ready. I mean, SpeCial already a little bit behind, you know, after being interrupted there. With the extra Raven, or not Raven, Reaper. My God, I couldn't suddenly think of the name of that unit. I'm like, what is that thing called? I thought he might be able to take that fight, but SpeCial fights back pretty effectively, sends the Reaper back to catch the heli, and everything going so well. Can he actually close the gate up? He does. Big wins here early on for SpeCial.
Yeah, very nicely done.
This counter punch is going to be huge.
All right, Cyclone comes out, so he's going to lose one immediately. Okay, turns around. Not as huge as you were thinking.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be huge, everybody.
He's going to kill all the SCVs.
Guys, I want you to take your expectations and put them as high as you can.
SpeCial's about to 3-0 him in Game 3, being 1-1.
He's going to come in again. It's going to be huge. I'm going to say it again.
Well, this time you might be right.
Faceless, how do you know the future?
Look at that, just float up.
It's because I'm a time traveler, guys.
Oh,
it's like Looper, you know, they like invented time travel and then they had to immediately make it illegal. That's because my casting got that good.
Such a great premise.
It is a good
time travel
premise.
in general is.
Did you ever see Primer?
Primer?
This is
like the thing you use when you're painting a deck?
Yes, Artosis.
Yeah,
Very
I've seen Primer.
Artosis just here to show off all the words he knows.
I know that word, guys.
Look Look out.
Yeah, what's-
Elementary school vocabulary.
What's Primer?
That's like the most complicated time travel movie ever made. It's like so hard to follow.
Is it?
It's like an indie film.
Oh, cool.
It's not that well made, but I don't know. I put it on my second monitor and tried to watch it like a couple years ago, and I'm like, oh, I actually have to like sit down and not be doing anything else on my computer when I'm.
Oh, you make me actually want to watch it.
You should check it out. See if you understand what happened. You know, suppose you have to
I'm
watch
gonna
it a couple
pretend I
times.
understand no matter what,
Yeah.
Tasteless.
That's why you're such a good caster, Artosis.
That's right.
This Banshee, by the way, is wrecking Juanito's economy.
Yeah, 7 kills there. Even gonna pick off some Marines. Extremely well done. INnoVation now ahead by 3 workers. Both their third CCs are pretty close.
Do you ever feel like the Banshee with that model kind of looks like it's the shark that swims around on some of the maps in the air?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, that would be aerodynamic, right? Just like, what do you call water dynamic? Aquadynamic?
Another word Artosis nailed.
I don't know, is it?
Aquadynamic and primer. It's just, you're killing it, man.
That aquadynamic shark
yeah.
would probably swim through primer really well until it suffocated and died.
Call it Wawa ready. So INnoVation's going to push out now. You know, INnoVation always good with these tiny engages.
Yeah, he's done a very good job with them so far. A lot of damage on his special, but special still seems to be all right. He's actually got more army supply. He's only down a few SCVs after all that. What's the siege tank count I want to see? INnoVation trying to break down some rocks.
Man versus injured Hellion. Man wins.
Wow. There was even a man in the injured Hellion. Maybe he should have gotten out of it.
Yeah, he probably had full HP too.
Oh my God.
This is an anti-timing, dude. What?
That was
Stim
special
is like
wrecking.
10 seconds left. I think he didn't expect Special to just take him head on there.
Yeah, he did not expect those tanks to be there, I would say.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he lands on the tanks as well.
Those
Oh
Vikings,
my
they land.
God.
They're twerking on the tanks. It's crazy.
It is.
He's just going to push through here.
Oh my God, look at those Vikings try to run away.
They should make a thing where Vikings can twerk. That'd be amazing. Landed Vikings.
Yeah, we should have more dances in the game.
Yeah.
Let me
Kids
call
lose it.
Blizzard. Like, oh wait, I don't know anyone that works on
That's
StarCraft
right.
2.
It's so true. Tanks coming up.
Yeah, look at this.
I
He's
mean,
actually, he might get the command center
we
even.
might just get to the end. You know, TVT can be won in the blink of an eye if you misplay.
Oh my God, more Vikings come up as well. So he's gonna win that air battle? No, just barely lose the air battle.
Well, let's see if Vikings come up on the other side.
So INnoVation is
Oh, he
gonna
lands him.
maybe just barely hold
Vikings
this.
are twerking again down here. Look at this.
Oh my God, look at them dance.
They're twerking at the flying Vikings.
Look at them when they walk. That's a dance taste. That's what it looks like when I dance.
Is he gonna land? Oh no, he's gonna land.
Dude, he's
His
gonna get the
Vikings.
command
He's gonna try
center.
to twerk on these tanks.
Oh my God, he's killing
33
everything.
dead SCVs. I mean, you could keep playing the game. I guess you could, but why would you? GG. You could.
It's up to you.
You don't have to leave until all your buildings are destroyed. Those are the rules of the game. Don't you listen to anybody else.
What if we had a top pro gamer that never left till all their buildings were dead?
You mean Marine King Prime? Yeah.
I was gonna make that joke
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
said something.
Yeah.
Oh damn. To ruin my punchline.
Marine King Prime pulls all of his SCVs, attacks it at a weird time. It fails, and then he's sad when he lost. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
you can't be that sad. You did.
Yeah, you did.
You did take the game and force it to end immediately, and that's not how.
He's like, but I wanted it to end in my favor.
But I wanted to win the game. I'm like, guess what, Buckaroo? We all want to win. I had to throw my blazer on. We're back on camera. Someone's requested a timeout.
Probably INnoVation, I would say, after that loss. So special leads 2-1.
Funny that the last two games just instantly end. You could see that when INnoVation was pushing through the rocks, he did not expect anybody to actually be on the other side. Stim was literally 10 seconds out. We call this an anti-timing, where you're literally hitting it probably the weakest moment you could, because it's before your key upgrades are finished.
And Special was sieged. He had Ravens there. Everything went wrong for INnoVation. Just got completely slammed, and then couldn't do anything at his third. Couldn't do anything as natural. He couldn't do anything as main either, which is why he left the game.
And the Vikings were twerking on the tanks.
They were landing. They were shooting.
One day, COVID's going to be defeated in Korea. You can be in our studio. This is glass back here. You're going to look up. We're going to be twerking at you guys like those landed Vikings.
Yeah. And you're going to see we're wearing our shorts. And
we are wearing shorts. You don't believe me? It's like we lied. We have no pants on.
Tacey showed his knee on the cast.
That's right. That's a little bit too much leg, right?
Especially with knees like those.
With knees like these. You know, I've been told before, I've got good knees, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I have never been told that before, actually.
Your knees look fine.
You were supposed to play off that. You were like, yeah, well, I think your knees are pretty nice.
Actually, I think you do have good-looking knees. Not me, though. Look at my knees.
Let's take a look at your knees.
Look at my freak knees. Have you ever even seen knees that look like that?
Your knees are not as nice as mine, but I think your knees are okay.
Really?
Yeah. I think you could rock a pair of short shorts.
Oh, I am right now.
Only if you have roller skates on. Yes. Oxide. It's in wine. Lots of oxides. It's good for you, but people usually drink too much wine, and it's kind of bad in the end. We're going to that map. Oh, no, that's antioxidants.
Yeah, antioxidants. I was like, what is he talking about?
It's not antioxidants? I thought it's...
Antioxidants. So...
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll explain it for you, Tasis, because I know all the words.
I only know video games. That's it.
Oxidization is when, like, air destroys things. Like, that's what rust is, right?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so...
Do I look like a metal-trician? I mean, I don't...
Metal-trician. One who deals with metal. Very good, Tasis.
Yeah.
You know all the words, too.
I do know. Watch out. Yeah.
But, like, antioxidants are, like, things that are in, like, green tea, right? Look at you start to tell this, and then you're like, wait a minute, what have I put myself up to here? I'm only slightly less stupid than you.
You only knew the right word, but now that you're trying to explain it, you're like, I don't even know. Like, why would that be good for me?
Antioxidants destroy the free radicals in your body somewhat.
The commies, yeah. They kill them.
They get them.
They take out the commies in your body. That's good.
Damn,
good
man.
to know.
You know what? Maybe we should just teach people about health.
Yeah.
We, the paragons of health.
With our amazing knees.
Yes. Now,
is this going to be a short, explosive game? I don't know. It might be. What are you giggling about?
With our amazing knees.
We've got good knees.
My brain jumped forward to, like, we've done so much good in the world that the Queen of England is knighting us, and she's like, take a knee, and then we look at each other and wink.
Oh, so funny. We're going deep into our weird humor here in this cast. This is good. At least we're laughing, Artosis.
Yep. That's all I care about.
I'm glad I've got good knees. You know, a lot of girls, they say, I want a tall, successful guy with nice knees. And I'm like, well, you know, I think I've kind of got all that.
I got small hands, but it just makes my knees look bigger. When I put my hands on my knees. Like, damn, you got some knees, son. I'm like, well, actually, I just got small hands, but, you know, whatever.
I have to buy the smallest gloves in the wintertime. It's actually kind of sad.
You work with what you got, you know?
Yeah.
That's why every time I get up out of my chair, I put my knee pads on, you know? gotta preserve them. People think I do carpentry because I'm always walking around with knee pads on. I don't correct them.
No. I think it's going to be another little back and forth here at the start. I think INnoVation might be coming out first to attack in. He seems to like to do that on two base. He's always got a little different way of trying to come in and approach and do damage.
Well, looks like he's going to go ahead and grab a Cyclone right off the bat. Later Tech Lab here for INnoVation. Throw a mine down. CC is about to finish up. I think we're going to see a Raven pretty quickly here as well. So Special just grabbing all of his tech units right off the bat.
There is the Banshee coming.
Oh, a Banshee. Yeah, no, I didn't think it was going to be Banshee.
I thought it was going to be Raven too, actually. INnoVation is going to go for Raven.
Oh.
Raven is really the more modern approach to TVT.
Yeah, but
early.
You know what? He's getting another Cyclone. I wonder if what we're going to see here is a full attack, because if you're not going to get Cloak... Yeah, I mean, I could see him just utilizing the DPS of the Banshees, maybe?
I think you could be right. You basically, just incorporate that with the rest of the damage you're already doing.
Or you could poke and then bring in your Banshee from behind.
He's not going to necessarily know that this is a Banshee coming in here.
No.
He's like, oh, Raven, good. I, too, have a Raven. And so there's that Banshee coming out now. Third CC, maybe he does an attack, actually. Or
well, definitely some
attack
harassment.
with everything. Yeah. Well, he's got to do something with the Banshee, but... and it's going to be a Raven behind this.
So pretty standard there. Thing is, INnoVation has been doing out these early pushes. So if he does one of those early pushes, then, well, the Banshee might be able to find some damage. But right now, he's just chilling at home.
So he's coming up now. This is going to be wiped out immediately. I mean, INnoVation actually taking a much more defensive posture. The Banshee not even really doing that much just yet. Marines are acceptable losses, SCVs not as much, but he hasn't really done anything. And it seems like everywhere that Special tries to go, INnoVation just is there, ready to parry the attack.
Well, when you're sitting on 2 base, you should be able to parry all these reasonably well. Hasn't really lost too much. Special looking pretty strong, though. His third CC is going to finish up, and INnoVation just started his. So the higher tech level that INnoVation has reached, the fact that he's making Reactor Vikings already, we're going to need to see him actually utilize this somewhat, I think. And Stim on the way.
Chasing away these Cyclones. So far, INnoVation's thwarted everything that Special's tried to do. Special going to lose his second Cyclone. I'll tell you, man, on these very small numbers of units, losing Cyclones could be a big deal.
It really
Cyclone can really allow you to turn the tides of a fight. 2 Reapers coming here, but this is going to be cleaned up in a moment.
Is it, though?
Ooh, yeah.
Kills a Marine. He's killed 3 SCVs so far. Look at this. He's sending his entire army back to try to deal with it, and he can't get him.
There's like Ravens flying over this fight.
Bringing all the big guns for those guys. 5 SCVs, though. Not bad.
So now that Special stayed back here, I don't know what opportunities he's going to have later on. His command center's a little bit behind where INnoVation's is, and I think, honestly, INnoVation can basically set up to take a fight as Special's taking his third.
Ooh, nice mine here to catch that Banshee. And that's going to be all she wrote for that.
Yeah, this game not going Special's way here. Stim also finishing early on. That's going to be around the moment INnoVation going to be trying to take a fight. Certainly INnoVation being more careful this time around and not overextend as Stim is about to finish, but instead being more cautious, being more patient.
Yeah, well, right now, Special getting ready to take this third base. INnoVation just kind of prowling around the perimeter. Sends 1 Marine forward here. See this incoming. Sieging up. INnoVation can get a better angle, and he does have the better Air Force.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is a fight that is a very uncomfortable one for Special to try to take. Special going to push forward here. Auto turrets come down to shoo this away, but wasn't too far back. He isn't able to kill off the other tanks, just that one in the front. Stim 10 seconds out.
I think those auto turrets were meant to help him win the air battle because he was a bit behind there.
Yeah,
but it was a very quick turnaround from INnoVation. Didn't really take much damage from them.
No, not at all. And I mean, he spent all the energy.
It seemed slightly panicked.
Okay, coming in now.
Oh, look at that. Gets that perfect first volley there to pick off a Viking. Does have that slight air advantage. We have a high energy Raven, though, for INnoVation. Now, Special has lost all of his Ravens, which is important to point out. Like, that's a very important unit for these situations. Now, the third CC over here now.
Yeah, I mean, Special's making do with what he's got, but I don't like this for Special very much. I worry for him.
Yeah.
He does have enough Vikings. I think he could kind of assert himself a little bit more outside this area, but you got to be careful because Obviously, reinforcements can queue up and get closer together to this group more quickly than they can for INnoVation here.
Ooh, double disable, and he saves a Raven. So that was like a dive to kill that Raven. But at least the disables got used on Vikings rather than tanks to break a position. Got to look at the bright side of things. All right, moving some of his Marines and tanks. INnoVation here has reinforced a little bit in this area. Now the tank's going to get out of here.
SpeCial probably realizing there's no point in really trying to defend this area if he's not going to be taking it for a little bit. Oh, hold on. He just baited INnoVation to unsiege, but INnoVation sieges back up immediately, and we're back to square one.
What a weird little back and forth we have going on here. It doesn't feel like either player is gaining that much from this.
The push down here could be a threat. I don't know if INnoVation's paying attention over here. I love the auto turret. SpeCial probably gonna have to land these. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Yeah, this is really rough with the siege tanks hitting into the base as well.
Is he gonna land the Vikings over in the main?
I think he should land one. Oh, he's gonna land everything? Okay. Damn, all right. Killing quite a few SCVs here. Marines do pop out though.
SpeCial looking for an in. Doesn't really find it. 11 were killed off over here. And you know what's funny about this? He's going to end up killing all the Vikings on the way out, too. That's not really what you want to see.
Yeah, things seem to be going a little bit worse for SpeCial now. He was kind of holding on okay, but these tanks sieging him up. He's losing all of his Vikings over and over.
So SpeCial has to give up on this position. This should allow for an opening here where INnoVation could try to expand again. But this is a pretty good catch, particularly the tanks, and if he can get any of the Vikings. I guess he doesn't, but
INnoVation's army's coming up right now.
Oh, here we go, here we go. Marines in the back, tanks in the front, not what you want to see.
Oh my god, so many tanks getting picked off here. This is terrible news. The Vikings coming in for a flank are going to kill off medevacs as well. Nothing left over here. I think SpeCial's dead.
GG. INnoVation has tied it up. Yeah. We're going to go to the final game of the night.
A really back and forth series between these two.
Great series, man. Okay, let's see who actually takes this. It's a very even match. SpeCial definitely frustrated. That was a very rough game, that game 4 for SpeCial. A lot of things went wrong. INnoVation basically took his win and kind of boxed SpeCial into a corner. The rest of these games here, SpeCial going with Bio so far. It's going to be on Nautilus.
Well,
a different map might require a different approach.
Yeah, 4-player map, definitely very different. The mobility of Bio might feel very preferable here, but I felt like the most powerful game from SpeCial was definitely the mech game.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I don't know if you can mech on this map though. Let's find out.
Game starts. KaiZ Gaming, INnoVation.
Is this intro coming?
Nah.
Okay. What's going on here? Looking down.
Screw it.
All right.
We don't need it. Okay. Who is the red player? I don't even know.
I think it's 2 INnoVations in this game. I can't tell because we didn't do the player intro.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know?
Could be anybody.
So now we have, I don't know what to say. I'm thrown off by our non-intro. I can't do it.
I think we'll get through it though.
I can't do this.
They're cross spawns.
That's true.
You know,
it's a one-on-one map again if they're cross spawns.
In a way, yeah, just with way more bases way further into the corners. Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect here. You can, by going through the middle with the speed zones, it kind of makes it like you're the same distance from each other in a way.
Yeah.
But
Well, they are the same distance from each other.
well, I mean, like as opposed to being vertical or horizontal, right?
I'm like, no, let me bend your mind for a second. SpeCial is closer to INnoVation than INnoVation is to SpeCial. Like, figure that one out.
Figure that one out.
It's been a long cast, Artosis.
Oh, God.
Here comes our little SCV heading back. We've had a lot of kind of back and forth games. I'm so used to thinking of TVT as sort of these dramatic, drawn out games of lines of Marines and tanks fighting and then trying to take each other on. But usually it's a very drawn out fight. This time around, it's not been like that at all. By the time we get to 3 bases, things are so explosive. You know, somebody propels their lead into a win.
Yeah. Would be pretty cool to see SpeCial go into the round of 8 of Super Tournament. We've never had a non-Korean player make the round of 8 of Super Tournament.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's like SOS not winning a GSL. It's like, huh, all right, you would have thought over all the
Yeah, you'd think like a
decade
Scarlet or SpeCial would have done that by now, but not the case.
could happen tonight. History could be made.
Yeah. Very similar builds from these guys. INnoVation again with the mine. Saw him do that last game. Trying to get in, but an extra Reaper was made from INnoVation here. Oh. Well, a lot of trading going on.
Look at this Widow Mine, just wants to be one of the boys. Not going to happen. Oh! INnoVation just kind of winning these little fights. Oh, okay, gets away. That was close.
Yeah, that mine.
When it's all said and done, still up in the air. Who's really in the lead here?
Can't really do anything. Oh. Oh!
What?
Yeah, that was awesome. He would have lost the Reaper if he hadn't thrown the grenade.
I think he still loses the Reaper.
No, tasteless.
Ah! Speed bubbly. One more grenade. One more grenade.
Ah!
Oh!
He did lose it.
I'm like, I think that the Reaper self-destructed. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's messed up. Look at this. They chase him all the way
His head just exploded when I explained to him that he was further away from his opponent than his opponent was from him. He's like, what? He's...
Oh, that scan was not the one.
Wait a minute. Okay. Gets a kill. 2 Ravens coming
5
up.
SCVs, though, going down. We got 27 and 32. That's exactly 5 less.
The back and forths do not end here with these players. Really showing, you know, these skirmishes, you can eke out a lot. I would imagine a lot of INnoVation's games especially, just, you know, a lot of very short TVTs where he kind of comes out, does a dance, and disarms his opponent.
Well, they know all the little ins and outs of getting ahead, getting little edges here and there. Of course, INnoVation definitely doing a bit better in that regard than SpeCial throughout the series. Really feels like in the early game he's having, if they have similar unit sets, it feels like he's doing a slightly better job. Let's see from SpeCial if he wants to like revert into something like mech. I would really like to see it personally, but yeah, the map makes me wonder if that's the best way. It's so far to get across this map. Like even if your units move quicker through those things, it doesn't matter with siege tanks so much, right?
Yeah.
So it makes me feel like he's going to go bio.
Now, 2 Cyclones and 2 Ravens, you can definitely find something.
That can kill everything in the game.
Yeah. Literally. The Ravens back up now.
Disable is silly like that, and Cyclones do lots of damage.
They have lots of range.
They do have lots of range.
Thank you. I'm here to state the facts, Sartosis.
Yeah. So wait, which guy is closer to the other one?
Oh, that's the thing. SpeCial's closer to INnoVation, but INnoVation's farther from him. It's crazy. We're going to have the push come down now from INnoVation, and we want to watch this pretty carefully because on paper, this doesn't look great for SpeCial. First of all, he's taking a third, and this is a pretty powerful 2-base push. INnoVation's going to try to do what he did in the previous games and basically swing the advantage early on. The auto turrets worked out quite nicely.
Yeah.
I don't normally see Terran fights over these Speedulas.
Yeah, it looks kind of funny.
Just
Oh, that tank.
yeah.
He wants to be in
The
NASCAR
driver
or
of
something.
the tank, his like cheeks are flapping, his mouth is open.
Edmund Duke has that type of cheek too.
Yeah, he's going to lose the Raven, so he just chucks it down, tries to get a kill if he can on an
Not
SCV.
bad.
Takes down
6
2 more.
SCVs.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, can't
And
complain about that.
SpeCial's third base is being taken, but INnoVation takes a third of his own. I think INnoVation's supposed to play around the center of the map here.
You don't think he's supposed to just bludgeon his way through?
I think what you do is you use the SpeCial to just siege up your tanks right up there.
Oh, gonna pull back immediately. Right through the W. We should call those speed up zones something different every single time.
I think that's the goal, right? Is to make
Yeah.
this cast as misleading as possible. SpeCial's backing up now.
They're gonna siege up. Look at how fast those Vikings are. They're like as fast
crazy.
as they probably should be because they're flying units.
Yeah, it is weird the Viking's so slow. Like, Marine stimmed and is outrunning it. I'm like, this is wrong.
Yeah, I want to point out that, like, think of the biggest, like, FedEx carrier jet that carries a bunch of heavy boxes. It's way quicker than a Viking. A Viking couldn't catch that thing, man.
No, a Viking would fire twice, but the armor on the FedEx jet would allow it to get away.
Yeah. Then it would deliver so many packages, and at like $30 a package because FedEx is overpriced.
It's also weird when you think, like, how many missiles it takes to kill another Viking. I'm like, have you ever seen what a missile does to an aircraft?
Yeah.
You know? Okay, here we go. Another fight comes in. Auto turrets do come down.
Oh my god,
And
yeah.
no auto turrets to combat that.
Oh, he gets the tank on the last shot of that auto
Nicely
turret.
done by SpeCial.
Yeah, backs up. All right now their workers are kind of similar. SpeCial slightly ahead in that regard. A little bit behind as far as upgrades go. Look at this, he's trying to move forward. Oh god. Okay, more coming up for SpeCial. We're a little bit closer to his base because he's closer to INnoVation. INnoVation's further from him.
Question is, can INnoVation push this any further? Or does he take a fourth base behind this instead? This is not a map that gives you a lot of easy-to-access expansions if you get into a super late game.
Yeah, it's like you're 4 in your quadrant, and then you have to go to a different quadrant.
Yeah, you got to go to another starting location to try to make that work.
That becomes difficult.
It does seem like SpeCial has enough as far as composition and supply in Army that he's basically fine. But the question I also want to ask myself is, can INnoVation try to pick up somewhere and drop and maybe cause a weak point here at the front from there?
Right, boosting over with this medevac. We'll see if he gets a good drop off. He's actually going to fly over like, oh no, just barely doesn't. There's like one Marine over there that almost might have spotted him even. All right, a spread out here from INnoVation. Interesting watching him take the center of the map. Like, Siege Tank contains can be good, but it feels like the map is a bit too big to be able to cut it in the middle right now at, like...
TVT and StarCraft 2 doesn't lend itself to great wide Siege Tank contains either. I guess he's banking on the fact that they're so far apart, a drop's unlikely, but take a look over here.
Yeah, this is going to get him. Marines popping out here into the main. INnoVation.
Oh, look at SpeCial at the 6 o'clock spot. Shooting down the rocks. Oof. INnoVation cannot deal with this.
No, this is dealing a huge amount of damage.
This is like 7 damage. He's going to get a tank.
So nice, and he can just pick up and get out of here. Double starport going up for INnoVation right now.
Oh my god.
Oh, he is
Oh
snuck
my
out.
god. He is just on the loose. He is
Oh my
jailbroken.
God. He went through the middle of everything. Of everything. INnoVation's going to have no idea. Okay, now he is.
Now he is. He's like,
He's in the sensor tower, and there's rocks here, so that's like going to buy so much time.
Stim down the rocks. The rocks are gone. These tanks need to get back. Oh my god, this could be something that INnoVation can't recover from if he doesn't get into a spot that's good right now. He scans, he sees the tanks, he doesn't initiate, instead he takes out the CC. INnoVation appears to just be hemming and hawing a little bit too much.
Oh my god, taking so much damage everywhere. He stims up into the natural now, killing off a huge amount of SCVs. INnoVation so far behind, loses another command center. He will clear these Marines, but this is a huge advantage for SpeCial.
SpeCial.
Huge.
just gets out with the tanks, goes back and remakes. And it can be a little bit deceiving there because we saw a lot of the Special Army, get annihilated there. But taking out the command centers really slows down the production. It's not just not being able to deliver minerals back from there. No more mules as well.
Yeah. Oh,
so
man.
this counterpunch has to be big. The problem is that the army supplies are basically the same. Artle Bartle.
Yeah, that's true. INnoVation has, I guess, one big chance here to get something done. All right, stimming forward, these siege tanks, not that many there. He does bring up a lot more to reinforce sieges, some in range of INnoVation. So INnoVation actually cleans up quite a bit there, but Special's production is still huge, and his army supply is starting to pull ahead.
Tanks and Marines coming forward here. All Special has to do is hang on. But this is, again, a lot of siege tanks. Is this going to be enough to flatten Special?
Special right now has a lot of Vikings, and we see a Liberator in there as well, so he can push them back if he has that air advantage, which he absolutely does. INnoVation here is on Medivacs, only 0 Vikings. All right, stims forward here. He needs to kill off those Liberators if he's going to keep his tanks alive. He does end up getting them, but the Vikings going to kill absolutely every Medivac. Special is going to clean this up. Special is going to win and advance.
And the Vikings are twerking again.
Oh my God!
They're
just
twerking
lands
in
upon
excitement
him.
for
GG.
Special.
Woo.
GG.
Me as well. Special advances to the round of 8.
SpeCial. Put your shoes back on, because you got to walk to an interview because you're the winner.
Feels good, man. INnoVation played a nice series. It actually felt like he was really, even that game, outplaying Special in the early game. But once Special gets going, makes some good moves. That map's so big that contained in the center, missing one dark path. And Special, he walked that lonely road right up into INnoVation's bases.
He exploited the blind spot, and in the blink of an eye, the game was his.
네, 슈퍼토너먼트 두 번째 참가 만에 바로 8강 진출을 만든 후안 로페즈 선수 만나보겠습니다. 먼저 8강 소감부터 들어볼게요.
Congratulations, Juan. So how do you feel after qualifying for the round of 8?
I'm very happy because I practiced really hard and I thought I could win, but the last game I honestly got really lucky with. I think he just didn't know the map too well. Neither did I, so I just got really lucky last game.
일단 매우 기쁘고요. 솔직히 연습을 열심히 했기 때문에 이길 자신감은 있었는데 솔직히 마지막 게임은 좀 운이 많이 작용한 것 같습니다.
어떤 점에서 운이 많이 따랐다고 생각을 하시는지.
So in the last game, like how specifically were you lucky? Like how?
When I moved out with all my army and he got like the siege position, I think he just didn't know that there was like some rocks that I could wreck and just walk by. So as soon as I killed the command centers, I knew all I have to do is defend and he can never win. So I think that was why I got lucky.
이제 그 군대를 밖으로 내보냈을 때 이제 그 이시현 선수가 전차를 놓았는데 이제 이시현 선수가 제 군대를 보지 못해가지고 이제 제가 커맨드 센터를 이제 부셔가지고 제가 이길 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
그렇군요. 사실 오늘 경기 오프라인에서 단 한 번도 잡지 못했던 이신영 선수를 잡았다는 점이 정말 큰 의미가 있습니다. 이신영을 잡기 위해 뭐 특별히 어떻게 준비를 했는지도 궁금한데요.
And so far in an official match, you have never beaten INnoVation before, and this is your first win against him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. I think every time we play, it's always very close, regardless. So, because I know his style and he knows my style, so we can play good games most of the time. So I think it's always close, but I didn't know it was the first time.
사실 제가 이제 이신영 선수를 처음 이긴 건 제가 몰랐던 사실이고요. 항상 이제 이신영 선수와 대결을 하면은 항상 이제 막상막하였는데 이제 제가 오늘 처음 이겼다는 거는 처음 아는 사실입니다. 네.
네, 오프라인에서 첫 승을 거뒀다는 점에서 참 의미가 있는데요. 8강 상대는 원래 대진표에 따라서 조성주 또는 신이범 선수를 만나게 되는데 어떤 선수를 선호하시는지도 궁금하네요.
In the round of 8, you will be playing against either Maru or Ragnarok. So which player do you prefer playing against?
신이범 선수 너무 쉬어서 너무 easy. 그래서 I want 신이범 선수 가고 싶어요.
이건 굳이 통역을 해야 될.
왜 쉬울지 한번 이유를 들어볼까요?
So why is he an easy opponent?
I think lately he's lazy and doesn't play game, but I think Mario's gonna win anyway. So doesn't
팀
matter.
선수가 좀 이제 연습을 게을리 해가지고 좀 쉬운 상대라 생각되고 어차피 조성조 선수가 이길 것 같아가지고 걱정되지 않는다고 합니다.
그렇군요. 오늘 경기와는 별개로 늘 스승이라고 생각을 했던 전태양 선수가 곧 군대를 갑니다. 혹시 그에게 할 이야기가 있는지?
So this is kind of irrelevant to today's outcome, but your mentor, your TY, is going to the military very soon. So anything you want to say to him?
Well, I hope he takes good care of people because he's gonna become a police officer, right? So I heard it's his dream. No, just kidding. I just wish he does well, and I hope we have good memories and we can meet sometimes when he has free time.
이제 의경으로서 이제 많은 사람들을 이제 케어해주고 이제 그런 뭐 이제 좋은 그 군 복무 시간을 보냈으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 이것도 경기와는 별개의 질문인데요. 올해 정말 성공적인 다이어트로 국내외 팬들에게 화제가 됐습니다. 총 얼마나 뺐고 이 다이어트의 배경이 뭐였는지도 좀 궁금하거든요.
Yeah, so again, this is kind of irrelevant to today's game, but you lost tremendous amount of weight. So like, how did you do it?
I mostly did something called fasting, and I did that plus walking, and nowadays I do weights, but mostly just eating the most clean you can and trying to eat in a short time of time is very good, I
이제
think.
주로 이제 그 단식과 이제 식단 관리로 이제 몸무게를 뺐고요. 이제 뭐 운동도 하고 이제 헬스도 다니면서 이제 몸무게를 많이 뺐다고 합니다.
네, 그러니까 다이어트를 급격하게 했는데 좋은 경기력이어서 참 다행이라는 생각도 듭니다. 자, 다이어트도 또 8강 진출도 축하드리면서 마지막 한마디 들어볼게요.
So congratulations on your diet and on your win today. So anything you want to say before you go?
I want to say that I'm really happy that I won today because, as I say, I practiced really hard, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see if we'll see next week what happens. I hope everything goes well for me.
일단 오늘 연습한 연습을 열심히 했는데 결과가 좋아서 기분이 좋고요. 이제 다음 주는 이제 결과가 어떻게 나올지 모르겠지만 뭐 최선을 다해 보겠습니다.
네, 지금까지 후안 로페즈 선수 만나봤습니다. 다시 한번 축하드립니다.
Congratulations.
고마워요.
네, 이렇게 후안 로페즈 선수 만나봤는데요. 오늘 16강 1일차 경기 결과 확인해
He's great.
보겠습니다.
He's great.
Just photo
He's
bomb
great.
there at the end too.
Photo bomb in the end.
A lot of personality.
Looking
this guy.
good, playing well.
Yep. All right. So there is your day. Rogue advances, Zoun advances, SOS advances, SpeCial advances. But look at the people who fell. Solar Dark, TY INnoVation.
That's quite the lineup
It
of
really is.
fallen gamers.
Yeah.
So the bracket might look weird. We had some schedule conflicts, so we had to move INnoVation and SpeCial to tonight. But tomorrow we're going to have Dream Armani.
Not tomorrow, but
Sorry, not
Thursday.
tomorrow. I'm sorry. We've been casting a lot lately. I totally don't know what's going on. Thursday, we're on the new schedule. It's going to be Bunny, Beyond Trap, Cure, Dream, Armani, Maru, Ragnarok.
all right. That is, it's quite a nice lineup. I think there's a few very close matches here. Well, it's more one-sided, I think, than today overall. Trap Cure, if Cure plays well, can be really good. I think Dream Armani is an interesting match as well. I think that can actually be pretty close. Bunny, I want to see what he can bring against Beyond, because Beyond has been in really good shape lately, but obviously
Yeah.
his wrists, if they start acting up, he can lose anything.
I'm a little bit worried about that because the last few times we've casted him, it's always been an issue.
Yeah, in the studio, it's really been happening. Maybe he's, like, trying harder here or something. I don't know.
We got to go, guys. We'll see you on Thursday. Love you. Bye-bye.